So, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Kenny Pickett. I think they have a start in this kid. He looked really good against Cincinnati Bengals early, but you got to play full 4 quarters of football. I think that he is a star, but there is still a big problem with him and this offense. What's up, YouTube? It's All Pro Sports Talk, the home of sports talk. Hit subscribe button if you're new, also the like button. So Kenny Pickett in the first half looked phenomenal. The kid was slinging the ball over the place. He looked worthy of being a first-round pick. And I've been saying it for the last few weeks. I said, man, this kid has something. Just give him some time in the pocket and he'll show you. Let the receivers get out in space. He'll show you that as well. Him and George Pickens, that's going to be the duo for the future. With Najee Harris. Najee Harris has been looking good the last few weeks. But in the second half, play calling let him down. The offensive line let him down. And I'm going to give Kenny Pickett a lot of praise in this video. But I'm going to give him a lot of downsets as well. That first half, he strung it together. He looked extremely well. But when film caught up to him and Zach Taylor and crew made adjustments, he did not look well at all. Now, most of it is the offensive line and play caller. But he was missing a lot of throws. He had George Pickens wide open. He missed a throw. It's not the end of the world, but some routine throws you got to make because it will derail the drive. The first half, that kid looked phenomenal. He looked like the Kenny Pickett in Pitt. The offensive line was holding up for him. He was making the right plays. He was taking what the defense was giving him. He was taking the top off the defense with George Pickens. Pat Freiermuth is going to be a phenomenal tight end going forward, and he already is going to be one of the best receiving tight ends in the league. He has something there with him with Heat Miller 2.0. That's what I call him. The thing is with Kenny Pickett is the consistency issues. And I think that a lot of rookie quarterbacks go through this. The accuracy, sometimes it shows up, sometimes it disappears. I think that he's shown more glimpses than guys like Zach Wilson have in his career so far. I think that they can stick with this kid, give him an offensive line, and let him grow. The Pittsburgh Steelers fans not used to this, but this is how rookie quarterbacks are. They're used to just having a stable there in Big Ben, who's been there his entire career, then bailing him out. Kenny Pickett isn't there yet. But this play calling by Matt Canada is just abysmal. Coach Tomlin got to get rid of this guy. I don't want to get into the defense aspects of the game, but defense did let them down as well down the stretch because they were tired and they were gassed out. But when I look at the play calling from the offensive standpoint, Matt Canada called a good first half. And in the second half, he just said, you know what, let's go back to the tried and true. Run up the middle, slant, 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 run up the middle on first and second down. Hey, Kenny, get us out of this situation. That's not how you call games for a rookie quarterback, guys. That really hurts. That's hurting Kenny Pickett. You find yourself into a 3rd and long instead it could be 3rd and manageable. You can do a lot of things in the first half they did in the second half, but it just wasn't working because the Cincinnati Bengals tailored their game plan around it. And George Pickens did have some drops in this game, but he's just going to be an extremely good wide receiver. And like I said, Pat Freiermuth is going to be extremely good as well. I think when you give Kenny Pickett time in the pocket and you let him be able to just read a defense solely in the pocket, he can get you somewhere. But it's hard to evaluate this kid on a metric because, damn, the play calling is abysmal. The offensive line is horrible. A lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans aren't sold on him, but he made a lot of sweet throws. And yes, when it mattered the most, he was trying to deliver on those throws. When he went 5 for 16 in the second half, he was pressured on almost every single drop back in the second half. And he was getting sacked as well from guys like Trey Hendrickson on the side and DJ Reader because the offensive line let him down. The offensive line has been an issue for the last couple of years, but it was at its worst yesterday in the second half. It was at its worst. And Najee Harris has picked this game up. They're getting better as the season progresses, but I think it's too little too late for them to try to turn their season around. Besides this game, the last 2 games, when they went against the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints, he got sacked a combined total of 12 times. And he's not holding on to the football for too long. He's trying to get the football out of his hands. He's trying to extend and make the big play. I think that you have something special in him. No, he doesn't have the arm of a Justin Herbert. He doesn't have the legs of a Lamar Jackson, but he is a very good quarterback. I think that he could be a very good quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. With these wide receivers that surround him, with guys like Deontay Johnson, with guys like George Pickens, and a star tight end in Pat Freiermuth, he can be very good. Jalen Warren exited the game after 1 catch. He hurt his ankle. I think that he will be fine moving forward, but you have a good running back tandem in those 2 guys. It's the play call on the offensive line. This offense could be better than what it is right now. The young nucleus of this team and letting Kenny Pickett grow would be extremely fundamental going forward. I think the biggest thing with Kenny Pickett is his age. He is an older rookie. He isn't one of those younger guys. He's not a 22, 21-year-old rookie. He's in his mid-20s, which scares a lot of people. But I think Kenny Pickett has a lot of room to grow. I think that he can be their franchise quarterback moving forward, and we saw it in the first half. That's what the Pittsburgh Steelers can be. I know that they lost, and it was a bad loss because how you lost the game, but I think we had the defense clicking on all cylinders, and they're able to get going. I think that you have a star in Kenny Pickett. I really do. But it's hard to get a fair assessment with Kenny Pickett because the bad play calling and the lack of protection of the offensive line. I think that you try to get better offensive line in the offseason, whether that's through the draft or through trades or even just trying to get a free agent. Because the offensive line has shown semblance of being solid, like how they had in the first half, and then when it matters the most, they just tell off. Like how it was in the New Orleans Saints game. Kenny Pickett made some sweet throws. He made an amazing throw to George Pickens over the middle of the field in that New Orleans Saints game, and next thing you know, he's getting pressure. In the Miami Dolphins game, he made a sweet throw to Pat Freiermuth. Then a couple plays after that, the whole offensive line is getting derailed into his lap. So I think Kenny Pickett will be fine. You just let him build, let him grow. The interesting thing is that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to try to build around him, and I think that they should. But I also believe this as well. With all the praise I'm giving him, he also leaves a lot of meat on the bone. It was a play in the Cincinnati Bengals game. Deontay Johnson was wide open for a touchdown up the seam. He didn't see him. He went for Pat Freiermuth and went for a first down. But plays like that, you have to be able to keep your head up. And I know why he's getting the ball out quick because of the offensive line. But semblance like that, you have to get the ball down the field. He had a missed throw to George Pickens in the end zone that could have went for a touchdown. He overshot him by a mile. So plays like that, he does have to get better on. But I think Kenny Pickett is a star for this team. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel about him. I know he tailed off in the second half, but it is play calling, it is offensive line as well, but it was him. I will say that he did miss some throws. He did become deer in headlights in the second half because he didn't have any trust in the offensive line. He has to know, hey, I have to trust these guys in this situation. So let me know how you feel about Kenny Pickett in the comment section below, how you feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers moving forward. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.